What is up, disc golfers? Today on Iceberg TV, we'll be watching some of the 2000 United States Disc Golf Championships. This is the 2000 USDGC. We have Ken Climo, Ron Russell, Scott Stokely, and Barry Schultz on the card. This is from the year 2000, and if you're active on Disc Golf YouTube, you know Scott Stokely is actively coaching and actively putting out some pretty solid YouTube content. So it'd be really good for some people who watch his videos to go check out, how he was when he was a player back in the year 2000. So this was 20 years ago now. So we're just going to kind of skip through the video, look at some of the shots here, and yeah, just enjoy some of this throwback footage. I think it's important to see where we've come from so we know sort of how far we can progress over a certain period of time.
99 world champion, was in the second group, as you know, last year. Didn't fare very well, of course, under some tremendously inclement weather conditions.
Big drama between the two champs.
So they're
only one stroke ahead.
They were already feeding into the rivalry between Ken Climo and Ron Russell.
Shot looks to be left, and
wow,
big disappointment. Big disappointment.
And Scott Stokely up next. Scott, one of the most gregarious golfers out there, always lighthearted, and of course the current distance world champion and good friend of yours.
Colorful character, crowd pleaser, Scott Stokely. It's so important to get started on the right foot here, like by earning two.
This guy's a character. He's like the disc golf gangster now. He's got disc golf tattooed across his knuckles. I don't know if that's fake or if that's real, but it's a pretty hectic tattoo if you ask me.
Scott lines up.
Which I don't see him having that tattoo yet at this point.
Uncharacteristic Scott.
You can see he's the current distance champion, and you can see a massive difference between Ron Russell's form and Scott Stokely's form. Ron sort of kept his eyes on the target the whole time, and Stokely really winds up like you see power players throw in today's game.
Turned it over about 35 short of the basket and right. And Barry Schultz, also along with Kenny, part of the final foursome last year. And again, Barry also had a difficult time in the final round, but those weather conditions made it for some tough golf last year.
Wonderful, wonderful sportsman. Good luck to Barry.
One of the smoother golfers out there, as you see Barry lining up his shot, going with an Aviar, which is his approach disc.
Shot looks to be left and hits the tree.
P2, 3 out of 4 catching the tree on the first hole. Well, you can see that the jitters are in effect. We'll be right back after these messages.
All right, so we're going to turn off the audio here. We have Ken Climo here. Possibly the greatest disc golfer of all time. You can see his form is somewhere between Ron Russell's and Stokely's. Like, he doesn't have that super powerful, compact form. Like, he doesn't have perfect form. As for his time period, he did, but under now's standards, I wouldn't say he has perfect form. But he was so athletic and explosive that he was able to make it work and throw some really big shots. You can see he doesn't even take his eyes off the target. He's throwing like nose up, sort of ultimate hyzer flips with most of his discs. So I assume most of his discs are probably beat-in, pretty understable discs like Beasts and beat-in Aviars, beat-in KC Pro Rocks. Stokely was one of the first guys to have a legitimate backhand and forehand game. It had a lot of speed on it. It didn't look like he threw it that hard, but you can see the ground action. He was putting a good move on the disc. So someone's already surpassed him and has dropped him into 5th place. And if you see him play now, he has literally the exact same form that he had then. His form hasn't even changed at all, which is pretty legendary. Ooh. OB. Like, USDGC every year since the beginning of time has always had very tough out of bounds. I'm just gonna keep kind of skipping ahead here because it is over an hour-long video. So we have Al Shack is sneaking up with a 7 under, knocking Stokely out of that 3rd and 4th place spot, knocking him all the way down to 5th. And Al is also overcoming Barry, so that's pretty huge. Good for Shack. I feel like Barry has like the most classic form. Like, if you think smooth, you think Barry Schultz. If over time he's only gotten smoother. That's a crank. Wow, good shot. He's happy. He's pleased. He knows he got away with one there because he put it so high in the air. And it's hard not to do that with these, you know, flippy nose-up discs. I think Climo throws more flat with more overstable discs. You can see that Anheuser angle on that. So Climo is one of the first of his time to really smash it hard and flat and really utilize those overstable discs. The rest of these guys are throwing a lot of hyzer flips. Except for Stokely, he's going with the roller. And Stokely's known as the entertainer. He knows he's kind of lost this event already, so he's probably just trying to please the crowd. Yeah, Ron Russell's not having his best round either. And Ron Russell is sponsoring tournaments even to this day. There's a big tournament sponsored by Ron Russell Roofing every year. I forget if it's a Pro Tour event or if it's just a Silver Series event, but he puts down a lot of cash to the Pro Pool each year, and he still stays involved in the game. Roller as well. That's this. Ooh, that looks sketchy. I think Climo had the ideal shot here with that Anheuser flex shot. These guys dress more professionally than the players now do. A lot of the players now just wear athletic shorts and like their sponsored brand's t-shirt. I love this Innova logo. This Innova logo, the bar stamp with the disc in there, that logo is absolute fire, honestly. I think that's one of the best disc golf logos ever created, and it sort of stands the test of time. Like, I have an old bar stamp T-Bird that's in my bag. Absolute fire disc. Special edition T-Bird with the bar stamp. Literally insane. So good. Let's see if Stokely can recover from that roller. What is he throwing there? I have no idea what discs he could be throwing. Probably some sort of overstable fairway driver. He's really thinking about the shot. Now, I actually watched a Stokely video recently because I do think he has a really good forehand. I watched his video about forehand timing, and when you're throwing a forehand, I used to pull straight back and then go straight forward. But if you're throwing a forehand, it's so much easier to go under and then boom, throw forward, or go over and then boom, go forward. Something about going straight back is just mechanically feels a bit strange. And until I watched his video and he really put it into perspective how helpful it is to do it the right way, now I throw my forehands, I go up and then throw. Like, so I'm taking my steps and I come up and around. I get so much more consistency and better timing, and it's easier to throw better forehands consistently. So definitely go check out Scott Stokely's YouTube channel. Disc golf, baby. You'll know what I mean when you see it. He's got a cool factory die. This man's been throwing Innova discs since before a lot of us were even born. Pretty tricky shot here. Especially knowing that Stokely's already parked it. He's an entertainer, he's got a mouth on him, so you know when he hits a good shot, other players want to hit a good shot as well. You lose so much power and accuracy doing that choppy, sort of air bouncy, nose up type thing. If he had just developed a little bit more compact form like Climo's or what we have today, he definitely could have stood the test of time with Climo a little bit better and continue to pressure him. Climo's a master of the nose down angle. He mastered that before anybody else did. And his arms and legs are pretty skinny, but he's like a big guy. He's pretty broad, athletic looking dude. Puts a lot of power on the disc. And it's amazing to see how far along the form, posture, and technique for pro players has come. The gallery is impressive as well. People have been a fan of disc golf for so long. Come on. Very good late flip. So hard to make a disc carry. He's so happy with that. It's good to see they're out here smiling. They're out here having a fun time. And honestly, this gallery is bigger than most of the galleries that, like, we don't even know what galleries look like at this point in time because we weren't really allowed to have any. But I mean, look how impressive this is. This is before disc golf was really even on social media like that. Like, you had to go seek it on these like very weird disc golf forums, and it was just a different ball game back then. I'll put it in. Jeez, good run. We're gonna skip up just a bit more. Probably skip up just one more time, and then we'll close out this video. Actually, I love this hole. This is the hole that I want to see them tee off on. Everybody knows hole 17. What? No.
One.
No.
Well, Sam, is he clean? Hold.
No.
Scott safe
Nope.
for his 3. With a tournament certain to produce remarkable shots, none could be more incredible than Ken Climo's 1999 U.S. Disc Golf Championship.
1999.
Hole number 17, hole in 1. Well, Sam, is he thinking about it?
Maybe he's
Oh
hoping
my.
for a repeat ace on this one.
Oh, put that puppy in.
Not a lot of wind.
Do it again.
Worthy shot coming up a little short, a little left, but certainly within his range.
Climo's just a different kind of dirty, honestly. Like, Stokely's just not as good. No one was as good as Climo. Climo has the same level of talent as Paul McBeth. The game is just so different now. It's like basketball in the 60s versus basketball now. Like, back in, like, in the 50s and 60s, they only dribbled with their right hand, and like no one shot from far away, and it was just like just a different game. Like, it was a different game 20 years ago than it is now, and the players just do different things. But if these guys were doing those things, we may have had, you know, scores posted back then that, you know, could hold up to the test of time now. He was going for the ace to put it in the water. He is disappointed. Alright, so we're just going to check out the end here.
Yes,
Kenny the GOAT.
he walked the victory path.
And you see him get
Kenny Climo. This is his home course, I believe. I believe he lives in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Kenny's the GOAT, man. Can't tell me that Kenny's not the GOAT. Dude's out of his mind. And we'll just have a look. There he is. That's what peak performance looks like. And that's a fire logo. But guys, with that being said, if you want to see me review and go over some older disc golf videos, I really enjoy looking back into these. And most of these videos I haven't never seen. Like, I've never watched this video, and I've never watched the that super old disc golf video I went over the other day. I love going back and just watching these videos to see how the game has evolved and how the players have evolved and how the courses really aren't that much different than they are now. And these guys were able to not do as well as the players now, but if they had the same technique and equipment, they had the skill set to do what the players are doing now. And I just think it's really cool to see what these guys were doing without social media, without throwing coaches, without all the different things that players have now to get better. These guys were just doing it the way that they do it. They were just learning from each other and not really using the internet to get better, and they were just doing what they do. And Ken Climo did it better than anybody. But with that being said, if you want to support the channel, click the link in the description below for the Patreon or the merch. Thank you for watching. This is Iceberg TV, and take care.